Yeah. So what we usually do first is a little bit of workout, like a kitty, let's get active, move your body kind of session with them.
Hmm.
And then after that, we'll start with introductions.
Okay,
All right.
that's good.
Oh, I love the apron. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Go out, my little kiddos today.
Yeah,
Um,
I love it.
Actually, let me wash my hands.
Okay.
Let's wash hands. It's such a chilly day today.
It is. I saw a blow of snow and I got giddy like a little kid. I ran and woke up the kids. It's snowing.
They're like, Mom, let us sleep.
Exactly.
Like, what are you doing? But yeah, we haven't had like a big snow yet this
We
season.
haven't, and the kids are kind of worried. I was telling them, well, that's what global warming does.
I know, but it's kind of like of all years to not have major snow when the kids are all at home, take easy snow days and all that. They're like, really?
Mashallah.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna see. I might log in on both because I want to do a screen share too of this healthy plate at some point.
Okay.
I'm gonna log in on my laptop as well. There's a cool graphic that I wanted to show them of like what a healthy plate looks like.
Oh yes. So let me just allow it now, so I don't forget.
And I'm gonna log in on my laptop, but I'll have this camera off.
Okay.
That's me. And then I'll be able
to. Yeah, you want to take up the audio in one of them.
Okay.
So it doesn't do that.
How do I?
Hey, Zahir, you figure out how to unmute. You want to show me your teddy bear now? Can you hear me? Zahir. Let's see the teddy bear. He had a teddy bear. He was trying to tell me about it and he couldn't because he was muted. Poor baby.
I would love to see the teddy bear too.
Right, it's so pretty.
Don't eat it.
Why?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, we're excited. It's going to be yummy.
Alaikum. All right, so Dr. Qadira might have way more than 6.
Good, we love that.
Right.
The more the merrier.
Absolutely. Okay, folks are chatting. Walaikum salam. Get the chat. Walaikum salam. Dr. Abby, how are you?
Alhamdulillah. How's everyone?
Like,
All right. Good to see folks. You see Aisha and Hamza. Assalamu alaikum. Thanks for joining. It's good to see you. Who else is there?
Yes.
Yay.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Walaikum salam. So we're going to give folks maybe 2 more minutes. I usually start at 2:03 to log on, and then we'll get going with our Let's Get Active start, okay? With Brother Harif.
You guys ready? Show your face in the camera.
And that's Abdullah and Hanif. All right.
good crew.
Good to see your faces, guys.
You guys are gonna.
Inshallah. All right. So I know most folks are setting up in the kitchen. Do remember that we have a little short workout section with the kids just to get them moving a little bit. So make sure you have a little bit of space outside of the kitchen area where they can at least jump, do some jumping jacks and stretch a little bit, okay? Ooh, yummy. I see those kales. Yum,
Okay.
yum.
And a quick reminder, if folks haven't turned on their ovens yet to preheat, this is a good time to do that now. And I'm gonna
At
do
what temperature?
so 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Turn your oven on. So it's gonna be like a nice slow and low bake for our kale chips.
Perfect. So everyone, go ahead and do that. Turn on your oven at 300 degrees to get ready.
All right.
What are we making?
We
We're
are going
making yummy snacks. You want to tell us, Dr. Qadira, what we're making?
Yes, give me 1 second to make it back from the oven. So we are going to be making a yummy vegetable snack called kale chips. Has anybody ever had kale chips before?
No.
Not me.
Nope. Okay. So this is going to be a really fun, really easy snack. I see you got your nutritional yeast there. And so it's a good alternative or a good swap out for like potato chips or tortilla chips. And it's a really fun way to eat a vegetable. So we're going to learn how to make that today. All right.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Brother Arif is here. He's going to lead us in a quick, let's get active segment with the kiddos. So everyone on your feet, let's go.
Everyone, salamu alaikum.
A little bit.
Salamu alaikum, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Good, good. Great to see everyone again. Hopefully everyone's having a great weekend. And is everyone ready to get started?
We're going to go ahead and get started with the workout, okay? So hang on, Hajar, hang on, sweetheart. Go ahead, Brother Arif.
All right. So everyone up on your feet. All right. And these workouts for today are going to be quite simple. So for our first workout, we're going to do 30 seconds of hip warm-ups. And I'm going to show you an example before we start counting down. And basically, all we're doing is basically just bending our hips from side to side. And we're going to do this for 30 seconds. All right. And ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, everyone. All right. So our next warm-up, we're going to run in place for 30 seconds. All right. So everyone, you don't have to run fast. You can keep a nice, slow, steady pace. Just run in place. All right. And start. Good job, Vivi. Good job, Lala. That much energy. Good.
Is going to be running up in 1 minute.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, good job, everyone. Good job, good job. All right, so the next exercise is gonna be jumping jacks. And I'm gonna give everyone 10 seconds before we start doing jumping jacks. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, good job, everyone. Good job, good job. All right, so for our next exercise, it's gonna be reach and squat. And this is an example of reach and squat. We're gonna start in a position just like this, with our arms extended up in the sky, and then we're basically just gonna dip down and squat into a squat position, and then back up, all right? Yeah, just like that, Lala, good job. All right, so we're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Good job, good job. High five. High five. Good job. Good job. All right. So now for the next one, we just have one more, everyone. So we're gonna do windmills. And our windmills are basically, we're gonna start with our arms extended, and we're just gonna reach down to our opposite foot and back. All right. So everyone ready? We're gonna start in 5, just like that. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, great job, everyone, great job. You can get yourself some water now, and I hope you guys are ready for the next part of your program.
Thank you so much, Brother Ari.
You're
Much
welcome.
appreciated. So guys, see, even when you can't go outside, you can still work out and get active in the house. Easy peasy, right? So welcome once again, guys. It's so exciting to see you all join in for today's discussion, for today's workshop. All right. So, okay, folks are still coming in, so I have to also let folks in. Okay. So, as you know, our regular routine, we started out with the Let's Get Active segment. And after that, we're going to do introductions with a little spin. So then we're going to have a scavenger hunt, really quick scavenger hunt attached to that. We'll talk about the storybooks we've read throughout this month. And then we'll introduce our special guest. And while we introduce her, we're also going to get started on our yummy snacks. Then you get to ask questions and she'll get to give us answers to whatever questions you have. Okay, deal? All right. So then we've gotten this out the way. So with the introductions, we're going to start with your name. I know we know each other, but we always have someone new joining. So it's always good to introduce ourselves. And then I want you to tell me the last fruit or veggie that you ate. So I'll go first. My name is Dr. Fawzia. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. And the last fruit or veggie I ate, actually veggies. I had peas and carrots in my eggs this morning. Interesting mix, huh? So who wants to go next? Who's gonna tell us their name and tell us what they ate last, the fruit or veggie? All right, so let's see. Aisha and Jamal. Unmute yourself and tell us what you ate, the last fruit or veggie you ate.
I ate some lettuce.
Some lettuce. Okay, and that's Jamal. All right. How about Cece? Aisha, what did you eat? What fruit or veggie did you eat last?
I eat strawberries.
You got to take it in. Strawberries. Those are yummy. Thanks for sharing. Okay, so we have Aisha and Hamza. Go ahead, unmute yourself and tell us what you had last.
My name is Aisha. Veggie I ate
Lemon, the lemon.
Is corn.
Lemon, the lemon.
All right. Go ahead, Aisha. What was the last fruit or veg you ate?
Corn.
Corn. Those are yummy. Thanks for sharing. So who wants to go next? Okay, Hanif and Abdullah. Go ahead.
Honestly, both of us, the last ones were peas and carrots. And my mom.
Peas and carrot. That's yummy. Good job. Okay, who else? You have to put your hand up so I can see you. Okay, Mu'min. Go ahead, Mu'min.
The last fruit I ate was an apple.
An apple. Those are yummy, yummy treats. Okay, Tosin, go ahead, sweetheart.
The last fruit or veg I ate is the same as an apple.
Apple. Cool. Thanks for sharing. Okay, Naseem, go ahead.
The last fruit I ate was an apple.
Apple. And is that Nadira next to you?
Yes.
Go ahead. Share with us, Nadira. What was the last thing you ate?
Tangerine.
Tangerine. Mashallah. That's yummy. Who hasn't gone? Let's see. Hajar, go ahead.
The last veggies I ate were onions, bell peppers, and sweet potatoes.
Yum, yum. That's a whole meal right there. Thanks for sharing, Hajar. All right, who else? Zahir didn't go yet. Zahir, what was the last fruit or veggie you ate? Okay, Zahir is not there. It disappeared. Who hasn't gone? Zakia, have you gone? Okay.
No.
What was the last fruit or veggie you ate, sweetheart?
It was a pear.
A pear, yes. Those are yummy. Thanks for sharing. Anyone else who would like to share, go ahead and unmute yourself. It's kind of hard to see. Everyone is on here. That's on here. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next thing. So here's the twist. Here's the little funky twist. I want you all to go on a scavenger hunt for a fruit or veggie. It cannot be anything we're going to use today, and it cannot be what you just said you ate. So go in your refrigerator, in your pantries, wherever you store fruits and veggies, and get us a fruit or vegetable to share with us. Ready, set, go. Let's see who can get one first. Go, 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 guys. Grab a fruit or veggie. Let's see what you've got. Oh, and up they go.
Hers is cute.
Anything to get them moving. All right, I see Aisha's got something. Ooh.
Orange.
Okay, Aisha's got orange and the other Aisha's got orange as well. I see banana. What else?
I mean,
Ooh,
a
I see
mandarin.
apples. I see lemon. You're not supposed to get lemons. We're using lemons today. Okay, I see tangerine or clementine. Orange. Oranges are always quick and easy. All right, good job, guys. Oh, thank you banana, pear, and guess what I have? I've got avocado to share with you guys. Is that a mango? It's yummy.
Famous avocado. Of course you got avocado.
Of course I have avocado. I'm an avocado head.
Avocado on the side.
And I also had dragon fruit. I've never had this actually, so I'm gonna try it. This is gonna be the first time I'm trying this when I have it later. Okay, and I see lime. Cool, Zahir. Thanks. Naseem, is that a mango?
No, it's orange.
What's that, Naseem? What was that? The green stuff you just had on? Mango. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yummy. Okay. Thank you all so much.
I found one.
For participating. Good
I
job, guys.
found one.
Oh, and I think I see kiwi. Good. It's good to know you guys have
I
fruits and
found
veggies
one.
all over the house. Yay. All right. So we're going to, so as you know, this month we'll be talking about eating your fruits and vegetables. And I am so glad everyone knows about the fruits and veggies. Oh, Hajar, you have your hand up, sweetheart. Go ahead.
I didn't get to show mine. Green
Okay, so
onion.
let's see. What's that? It's hard to see.
Green onions.
Green onions, yummy. Thanks for sharing, sweetheart. Appreciate it. And I appreciate you stopping me so you can get a chance to speak. Thank you so much. All right, so we're gonna continue talking about eating our fruits and veggies. But first, some of the books that you guys read this month. Monsters Don't Eat Broccoli. And what else did we have? Piranhas Don't Eat Bananas. Eating the alphabet, and also Fruit Bowl. So what fruit was new to you guys? What was something new you learned about?
That's Nadia.
Oh, I see your carrots. All right, well, maybe not new for me, but definitely I loved seeing papaya. I haven't had those in ages. And who's had pomegranates before? Those are yummy. You know what else I learned? That tomatoes are fruits. Who knew they were fruits? Did you know tomatoes are fruits? Most people don't know that, but they are. All right, so that's cool. We learned so much about fruits and veggies this whole month, and we're still learning. So I am now going to introduce you all to our guest speaker, Dr. Qadira Huff. So Dr. Qadira Ali Huff is a mom, a board-certified pediatrician, and plant-based diet advocate. Dr. Huff graduated from the University of Maryland School of Medicine with her medical degree, and Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health with her MPH, her Master's in Public Health. She also completed her pediatrics residency at the Children's National Hospital with a focus on health disparities among underserved populations. Dr. Huff is passionate about the power of lifestyle habits to transform health, which must have been one of the reasons why that led her to founding Sprouting Wellness. Through Sprouting Wellness, she coaches families with information and tools to implement healthful lifestyle habits, including plant-based nutrition, movement, and mindfulness. Dr. Huff loves to help children and communities learn how to get and stay healthy. She is an active member of the American College of Lifestyle Medicine and a chapter leader of Walk with a Doc, and a member of the Prince George's County Food Equity Council. So, Dr. Huff, take it away. I'm gonna stop sharing now.
Welcome everybody, and thank you all so much for being here. It's been so fun to feel your energy and your excitement to learn more about eating our fruits and vegetables. So this is one of my favorite topics, and I hope by the end I will have convinced each one of you to make sure as you're sitting down to eat, as you're sitting down to have a snack, that you think, wait a minute, how can I add a fruit or vegetable to what I'm eating? All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to make one of my favorite healthy snacks, and it is kale chips. Has anybody ever had kale chips before? You can raise your hand if you've had them before. It doesn't look like anybody's had them before that I can see, at least on my screen. So the reason why I think kale chips are fun is that they, are made from a vegetable. And what color is kale? Who has their kale? What color is kale?
Green.
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 And it's pretty crunchy. It's what we call a pretty strong leaf. That means that you can cook kale, you can bake kale, and it stays strong. And so it's one of the healthiest vegetables we can include in our meals and snacks. So I think that kale chips are a fun way to get another serving of vegetables in, and they're really fun to eat because, as you'll see, when they come out of the oven, they are really, really crunchy. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to start making our kale chips. And then as we go along, we're going to talk about why kale is amazing. Okay. So does everybody have their ingredients around so that we can start making?
Yeah, we're about to go upstairs.
You're about to go upstairs? Okay. So I'm gonna give folks a couple seconds to get squared away in their kitchen. And then while you're doing that, I'm gonna kind of walk you through how we make the kale chips, okay? And then once we're kind of done putting our kale chips together and seasoning them, then we're gonna be talking more about kale, all right? And if you have any questions that come up along the way, feel free to ask me, okay? You can ask anything about any fruit or vegetable or just being healthy in general, all right? Sound good, guys?
Yeah, sounds good. Can we all go ahead and wash our hands first?
Yeah.
My crew over here forgot.
Yes, definitely wash hands. Make sure you are ready to cook. So while you guys are washing your hands, I'm going to walk you through how we make these kale chips. They are super easy peasy. So basically all we need is our kale. All right. And so I already washed my kale out. It's here. And you have two ways that you can break it up into little pieces before you put it into your bowl. Okay. So you can either ask your grown-up to help you cut it, but my favorite way is to just break it into little pieces. So even if you're a little person, this is something you can do. And so you take your piece of kale and you hold it. This is called the spine of the kale, kind of like your spine. And kale has a spine too. And you hold it by the spine and you slowly pull the leaves of the kale off, okay? And then once you've done that, you kind of break it up into little pieces. Imagine like the size of a chip. And then you put it in your bowl. That's it. Easy peasy. You guys got that?
Me?
Okay. So
I got that. No.
one by one, you take your piece of kale and you hold it by the spine and you slowly break all of the good leaves off, okay? And then you just put the spine on the towel because we're not going to cook those. We just want little kind of bite-sized pieces of kale that then we're going to season with our olive oil or lemon and add all of our spices to. All right, so let's talk about kale while we're doing this. Kale is one of the healthiest vegetables around. Does anybody know why? Any ideas why kale is so healthy? It is considered.
Because it's green?
It is. That's one of the reasons. So let's talk about colors. Colors, every fruit or vegetable has a color, right? And the colors actually mean something. They give us a clue in terms of what healthy ingredients are in the fruit or vegetable that gives it its superpowers. So for instance, kale is green and it has stuff like vitamin C in it. That's good for our immune systems to keep us from getting sick. It also has stuff like vitamin K in it. That's really important for our blood to be healthy. And so if we cut our finger or if we get a cut anywhere else, it helps our body be able to stop bleeding. So vitamin K in kale helps us do that. It also has some special stuff in it called antioxidants. Has anybody heard that fancy word before? Antioxidants? It's kind of a fancy word, which basically means that certain fruits and vegetables have these superpower ingredients in them that keep us from getting diseases when we get older, and even stuff like cancer. It helps our bodies fight a lot of different diseases. And the things that help us do that are called antioxidants. And those
virus.
What'd you say?
How about coronavirus?
Yeah, so, having a healthy immune system, which can come from eating lots of fruits and vegetables, can definitely keep our bodies in a healthier place so that if we do get sick, we'll hopefully get sick less than we would if we weren't eating all of those good fruits and vegetables. It doesn't always stop you from getting the certain infection or disease, but it can make you a lot healthier and your body able to fight off lots of different diseases, even coronavirus. But it's still important to make sure we're washing hands and staying away from other people. But what we can do at home is making sure we're giving our bodies the ingredients to stay strong and healthy. So kale is one of those really amazing ingredients. So it's got vitamin K, it's got vitamin C. It's also got something called fiber. Has anybody heard that word before? Fiber?
Yes.
What do you know about fiber? Tell me about fiber. Do you know anything about it, or you just heard the word before?
I heard the word before, that's it.
I just heard the word.
Okay, well, let's talk about fiber, because remember we were talking about how fruits and vegetables have all sorts of superpowers in them. Fiber is one of the biggest superpowers. So basically, fiber is the part of fruits and vegetables and beans and even like brown rice and stuff that your body, like your intestines and your tummies, they don't break down. We have little bugs in our intestines that help to break down parts of the fruits and vegetables. And they help to break down fiber. And so the little bugs that are living in our intestines, they actually give us stuff in return for living with us. So the little bugs, as they eat the fiber and fruits and vegetables, they help to send off all other sorts of superpowers to other parts of our bodies. Like they secrete what we call molecules, all these little messengers that go all throughout our body, even to our brains, our hearts, our lungs, other parts of our intestines. They send out these messengers, but the only way they can send out the messengers is if we feed the little bugs fiber. And so fiber, we feed them through eating our fruits and vegetables. And so kale has a lot of fiber in it. And so it helps to keep the little bugs in our tummies very, very happy. And when the bugs in our intestines are happy, that means they help to keep us healthy. So they help us, and also we help them by feeding them. So that's why fiber is so important in part. Also, you know what fiber is also good for? It's actually good, and this is going to be kind of silly, guys. Fiber helps us have really good poops. Did you guys know that? That kind of silly? I know. So I'm a doctor, so I have to talk about poop all the time. And sometimes people have a hard time making bowel movements, but that gets a lot easier when we eat our fruits and vegetables, including kale. So the reason why our poops become a lot easier is because of fiber. It helps everything move a lot more easy, okay? So there are so many great reasons to eat our veggies and fruit. Fiber, all the special superpowers that come in each different color of fruit and vegetable. And there's a lot that we even still don't know about what makes each fruit or vegetable special. But the bottom line is what we do know is eating as many different kinds of fruits and vegetables as possible is really, really important, okay? And so sometimes when we're at home figuring out what we're gonna cook, I try to think of, what did we eat last week? Can we eat something different this week? Just so that we can keep lots of different varieties going on in terms of feeding the little bugs in our gut. They like having different types of fruits and vegetables too. All right, so raise your hands if you are all done cutting up your kale. Are you all done cutting up your kale or pulling it? Okay, good. Is everybody good? Because now we'll move on to the next part. So once your kale is kind of broken up into tiny little pieces, now it's going to be time to add either our lemon juice, if you want to do that, or if you want to use olive oil, that's okay too. I like to use a little bit of both.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. Can I use both? Okay.
You can, and I like doing it because it gives it a nice little bright flavor with the lemon juice. So let's do a little bit of both, guys. So I'm gonna cut my lemon, and I have this little fun lemon juicer that I'm gonna use. I'll put my lemon in here, and then I'm gonna squeeze.
Can we use vinegar?
Well, vinegar, you can
We have apple cider vinegar.
You can use maybe like a spoon of vinegar plus a little bit of olive oil, and then that'll give it a nice flavor. And then the olive oil will help it get kind of crunchy too. So that's totally fine. So no matter what liquid you use, you want to add that before you mix in your spices, okay? Because you want the liquid to be on the kale before, so your spices can stick on nicely, okay? So I just added my lemon juice. Now I'm gonna add a little drizzle of olive oil, and then, yeah, so once you add all your liquid, then whoever's gonna do the mixing, this is time to mix it up. And you wanna coat all of your kale. Make sure everybody's got some liquid so that your kale starts to look a little bit shiny, okay? A little bit shiny, and that's how you know that every piece got some olive oil and lemon juice, all right? So you wanna gently mix that in, get your hands dirty, don't be scared. This is a fun part, especially for kids to help out with or to do. And then once your kale is nicely coated and it's starting to feel kind of soft, then you want to slowly mix in your spices. And so my favorite spices for kale chips
How
are
much did you put in? How much
onion.
olive oil did you put in?
How much olive oil? You can do either 1 teaspoon or 2 teaspoons. Start with 1 teaspoon and see if you can coat all of your leaves, okay? And then you can also add a little bit of lemon juice too if you want. All right, so we're coating. My kale is looking kind of now, and so that's how you want your kale to look. Make sure it's nice and shiny, and then it's time to add your spices. So I already measured out my spices. So we have about just under a teaspoon of garlic powder, also about a teaspoon of onion powder, and then this new thing called nutritional yeast, which might be new for some folks, but it is a common product that a lot of vegetarian or plant-based eaters use because it adds like a nice kind of salty, cheesy flavor. And it also has something called B12, which is a really important vitamin for our bodies, especially for our immune system or for our brain system, our nervous system. So B12 is in nutritional yeast and it gives the kale chips a nice little flavor. So I'm gonna start sprinkling in.
We were curious as to what the yeast would do.
It gives it that nice little savory flavor. And people, a lot of plant-based eaters, they use nutritional yeast as like almost like a Parmesan cheese substitute. You can do so much with it. When I make my vegan mac and cheese, I'll use some nutritional yeast in that. People mix it in with like cashews, and you can make all sorts of great sauces with nutritional yeast. And it's also great on popcorn.
I have a question. Excuse me.
What do you say?
I have a question. Can you use this kind of yeast? Because I don't have those.
No, that's a different kind. That's more of like our baking yeast. So nutritional more, it's a special kind of seasoning. That it's a different kind. So if you don't have it, no worries. Just add some extra spices. That's okay. You might increase your spices a little bit.
Oh, for those who were looking, I just found the yeast at Harris Teeter.
Yep.
It's by the breadcrumbs. It's not going to be on your spices. It's going to be where the breadcrumbs are. They have different variety.
Okay, perfect.
We have Harris Teeter, Publix, maybe Giant has them. I'm not sure.
Sometimes we have a hard time finding it at the Giant, but we have like a Yes Organic Market near us, or like
there you go.
They all have it. And this is what one brand. This is a brand we really like, the Bragg's.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah.
Okay. So mine is all mixed in now, y'all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to lay it in a thin layer on my baking sheet. So if you have parchment paper or something, that's great. I have a silicone pan that I like to bake with sometimes. So that's what this is on my baking sheet. And then we're gonna just lay a nice layer of kale on the sheet. And then we can sprinkle the salt, just like a little thin sprinkle after the kale chips are on the sheet, okay? So that we don't add too much salt. So nice thin layer. You wanna try to have it so that they're not overlapping, so that they can get really crispy when you bake them. That's the key, not overlapping. And if you need to use a second baking sheet, go for it, because if they overlap a lot, then they're not gonna get as crunchy, and that's the fun. You really want them to get nice and crunchy munchy, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'm just gonna layer everything out in one nice layer and try to not overlap. And beware, you are gonna wanna double this up if you can, because they go fast. My 3-year-old who's sleeping right now, she was very upset that I was making these without her. And so I need to make sure I don't eat them all up before she wakes up. They're gonna be good. Okay, so I have a nice thin layer here, y'all. You see this? So you wanna make sure that they're not overlapping too much. And then once you have your thin layer, and you might wanna break those into slightly smaller pieces, or at least make sure they don't overlap a lot so that they get real crunchy. And then once you have your nice thin layer, just do a nice little sprinkle of salt. Not too much.
Anything.
That's it. Wash your hands.
How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. You're good.
Good? All right, I see the happy dance going on back there. Okay, so if you have your kale chips in a nice level layer, you've done your little quick sprinkle of salt, then go ahead and put them in the oven. And we are gonna bake these for about 20 minutes at 300 degrees, all right? And you might wanna check in them. We'll plan to check in about 15 minutes to make sure that they haven't gotten not gotten too crispy. All right, so I'm gonna go and put mine in the oven, and I invite you to do the same thing if you're ready. Okay, so I'm gonna go put these little guys in the oven, and then I'll show you some stuff about a healthy plate.
No,
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'll open the oven.
All right, I'm putting mine in the oven right now. I'm gonna set the timer for 15 minutes so we can check in about 15 minutes on our chips.
Just a reminder to those who are using spinach, yours are gonna come out a little earlier.
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
I would probably check around the 10 minute, maybe even sooner than 10 minutes. I can't give an exact time because I have never made the spinach chips before. But if you're doing kale, we'll check in about 15 minutes. Okay, so show of hands. I'm gonna look at you all on my laptop so I can see everybody's beautiful face. But show of hands if your kale chips are in the oven.
Kale chips in the oven?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. So now what we're gonna do, I wanna show you all.
How long should we put it in for?
What'd you say, sweetie?
How long should we put it in for?
So I set my timer for 15 minutes. Usually they need about 20 minutes or so, but I want us to check a tiny bit early so they don't get burned. So we'll check in about 15 minutes. And make sure your oven is at 300 degrees. Okay, so what I want to do now, I have a really cool handout that I wanted to put up on the screen for you all to see. And it's an example of a healthy plate, okay? And it's a plate that I like because it really shows you how we should be striving to add fruits and veggies into our diets, okay? So give me 1 second and I'm gonna put this up for you all. If my Zoom cooperates. Let's see here.
Work.
Can you all see that?
Yep. We can see it.
Hopefully so. Okay. So this is an example of a healthy plate. So this is slightly different than what you'll see with like the traditional US American guidelines plates. And the difference is that it really puts an emphasis on how to eat purely plant-based foods. So that means like not having meat, not having dairy, which is something that some folks like to do for like a meal or 2 per week. It doesn't need to be an all or nothing thing like, oh, I'll never have meat again, or I'm never gonna have dairy again. But it really does mean we try to have many meals during the week that are just fruits and veggies and whole grains and beans and nuts and stuff like that, and have meat maybe sometimes. All right, so this is a healthy plate. And this is one that's really great for kids too to check out. So what do you all notice about this plate? What are your observations when you see this plate?
What are you observing here?
Oh, just see fruits, veggies.
It's colorful.
It's colorful. Who said that? What's your name?
Aisha.
Aisha, that is a great observation. It is colorful. And remember what we were saying earlier is that every different color of a fruit or vegetable is a sign of what special superpowers that food has. Like red vegetables and fruits are going to give us our bodies special things that purple and blue fruits and vegetables won't give us our bodies. But the blue things are going to give us something special of their own. So big picture, it's important to try to eat as many different colors as possible throughout the week. So that's a great observation. Who else has an observation about what they see on the plate? What do you notice? I see Shakira. Go ahead and unmute yourself if you want to share, just because I might not be able to see everybody's little hand.
No, just say it.
Yeah, you can share.
It's
what?
What do you see?
yes. It has a lot of grains.
A lot of grains. So how much of the plate do you see that the grains take up? Is it half the plate? Is it a quarter of the plate?
A quarter.
A quarter, good job. So you've noticed something really, really important. So they show us how much each type of food should ideally be on our plate. So they're recommending that a quarter or 1/4 of our plate should be whole grains. And can you all see what kinds of foods are whole grains? What do you see there? Can you tell me?
Spaghetti.
Yep.
I see a sandwich.
Some bread.
And
I think I see something like sesame seeds. Yeah, something like that.
Quinoa, which is another type. So yeah, you all are seeing rice. You see whole wheat pasta. You see whole wheat bread. There's some other special grains, something called millet. There's also something called bulgur. Those are all
popcorn.
Well, it could be a green.
I see pop.
No,
see
those are the same color.
You see popcorn. Who said that? That's a really good observation.
Me, Abdullah.
Very good, Abdullah. So popcorn is also considered a whole grain, especially when we pop the popcorn ourselves and not use like the microwave popcorn can be fun from time to time, but it's also really fun to use the actual popcorn kernels. And then there's a way to pop it on the stove or pop it in the microwave. And it's a lot healthier because it doesn't have a lot of fat and a lot of sugar in it or salt in it. So, but popcorn is considered a whole grain. So that's a really healthy snack. Does anybody else have any observations of what they see on this healthy plate?
Peanuts.
You see peanuts. Where do you see peanuts?
Up there.
In the
circle.
Yeah, in the protein section. So the protein section is also about a quarter or 1/4 of the plate. So that's where we can find stuff like beans, our nuts, stuff like lentils, even tofu and peanut butter. Those are all considered proteins. They help to build strong muscles and bones and brains. They help our whole bodies. But our plate is protein. So you guys have really good eyes. You had some great observations about this plate. So let's bring it back to our vegetables and fruit section, okay? So a couple things. If you see down below, it has some really great words about the fruit and veggie section. It says, include a wide array of fiber-filled fruits and vegetables into our diet. And they really do encourage eating the rainbow so that we can get all the different superpowers from the fruits and vegetables. So you know what a fun thing might be to do? You can even become a fruit and vegetable detective. And by that, I mean, every week, starting on Sunday, you can keep a list of all of the fruits and vegetables you ate in a week. That would be so, so fun. And you can see how high you can get your fruit and vegetable number. And so it's a great way to kind of keep track of what you're eating. And also it's a fun way to make sure that you're eating lots of different types of fruits and veggies too.
Tomatoes.
Hello? Does anybody think that they could do that, become a fruit and vegetable detective?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a way for you to make sure that you're eating lots of different colors and also. What'd you say?
Carrots.
Yeah.
I got carrots.
Okay, so let's play a game. So who can think of an orange fruit or vegetable? What's an orange fruit or vegetable?
Orange.
Tangerine.
Oranges.
Orange.
Carrots.
Carrots.
Pumpkin.
And
Pear.
Okay.
I mean,
Let's do one at a time. I'll have one person go at a time. So we have our orange. So who can think of, let me call some names out. I'm gonna just do a little call. How about Aisha and Hamza? Can you all tell me what a red fruit and a red vegetable are? Give me one of each, a red fruit and a red vegetable. Hamza and Aisha.
apple. And strawberry. Strawberries are red. Strawberries are red, mommy.
You said broccoli? Is that what you said, Hamza? I couldn't quite hear you, but I heard you all say apple for your red fruit. And then a red vegetable, we have to put our thinking caps in for that one. A red vegetable might be, does anybody have an idea of a red vegetable?
Tomato.
tomato.
It's a tricky one.
Watermelon.
Those are actual fruits because they have seeds in them.
I know too. I have another one.
What's another?
Orange. They don't have seeds in them.
Oranges do have seeds in them, right? You can get seedless oranges, but a lot of the traditional oranges have little seeds. So another red fruit or red vegetable is beets. Have you all had a beet before?
What's a beet?
Yes, I've had beet too.
Yes.
I don't like.
This plate actually has beets. You see my little cursor? It's over these little slices here at the top of the plate. Those are actually sliced beets. And they grow deep in the ground. They're called root vegetables. And you can bake them, you can shred them and add them into salad. You can add them into lots of stuff, but beware because they turn your fingers really, really red. So it gets kind of silly when you eat beets. So you have to make sure you're washing your hands really, really well. So that's a red vegetable. So let's see, let's move on to, how about perfect, thank you. How about purple? Who can think of a purple fruit? How about, who of my friends can tell me about a purple fruit and a purple vegetable?
Grape.
I know.
Grape.
Onions.
Yeah, grapes is a purple fruit. And what about a purple vegetable?
Onions.
Onions. That's
a purple onion?
Yeah, you can have, let me show you one of my red onions. It's kind of like red.
Radish. Carrot.
Yeah, you can have purple
Oh,
carrot.
she's got a purple fruit.
And this is like a purpley red onion, right? So that's a good example of a red one.
I know a purple vegetable.
Purple vegetable.
A purple carrot.
Good one. And you know, purple carrots are pretty unusual. We don't see them, but that's okay. How about, this is gonna get a little easy. How about a green fruit and a green vegetable?
A green apple.
Yep. Vegetable.
A bell pepper.
A bell pepper. All right, very good. So it sounds like you all have a really good sense in terms of all the different types of fruits and vegetables we can eat. And also, I hope you understand the importance of trying to eat lots of different colors because every color has its own special set of superpowers that will help our bodies from our brains all the way down to our toes. Okay, and so every week you want to try to have some red, some green, some purple, some orange, some yellow even. Try to have a little bit of everything all throughout your week, okay? And then when we do that, you actually are able to get all the different benefits of our fruits and vegetables. I think it's almost time for us to check on our kale chips, but I have one question for you all. How much of our plate should we have to vegetables then? Like, how much of our plate should fruits and vegetables take up?
Say it.
Half.
Half.
Me.
Half. All right, you guys are rock stars. That is one of the most important things I want you to take away. So have your plate at every meal and even snack time. You guys can have fruits and vegetables and have that half of what you're eating. Yes. Who had a question?
Me, Hodger.
Hodger.
What about dairies? Because milk can help your bones get stronger.
That's a very interesting question. And really, what we know now, back in the day, like when I was a little girl, all we learned about was milk being the main place you can get calcium, because that's really what makes our bones strong. It's calcium, it's vitamin D, it's phosphorus and potassium, what we call different vitamins and minerals. But what we know now is that dairy is not the only place to get those things into our bodies. And that they're actually, when we eat too much dairy, it can upset our tummies, and it can also end up increasing our risk of different problems down the road. And so many people now are realizing that maybe we should cut down on the dairy and milk and stuff, and know that we can get all those healthy things from our fruits and vegetables, because they have a ton of calcium, that have a ton of those other minerals like phosphorus and potassium. That is what our bones need. So that's the kind of the general thought now, is that less of dairy is probably a really good thing for our bodies, and realizing that as we add more beans and veggies and fruits, our bodies can be just as strong and just as healthy as they would be if we had the dairy. Plus, you're losing out on some of those problems that too much dairy can cause in our bodies. Okay, but really good question. Do you all hear that?
Yeah.
I think it's time to check our ovens. Let's check on our chips.
I started to smell something too.
I smell something too. Let's see if they're crunchy yet. They might need a few more minutes, and that's okay. But I wanted to.
They look awesome. Can you please make sure you take pictures of those and send it off and share with us? They look beautiful.
I hope they're crunchy. And you know, once you let them cool down, they'll get a little crispier. I'm gonna give mine a few more minutes in the oven so that they can get really crunchy. I'm gonna give mine a couple more minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna give mine maybe 2 more minutes so that they can crunch up, but they are smelling really good. So in our last few minutes, guys and ladies, did you all have any other questions about eating your fruits and veggies, some of the good things that they do for our body, how much we should be eating? Oh, how are they? You guys got your taste test. Is it yummy? Are they crunchy or are they still soft? They're kind of crunchy. You feel like they're a little bit soft still, then you can leave them in for another minute or two. And then also let them dry out a tiny bit, cool down, and then they'll be crunchier.
Come on. Yeah, and also it's like very sour.
It's sour?
Yeah, it's kind of sour.
I think we put too much lemon in it.
Okay. About eating our fruits and vegetables, all the great things they can do. You guys were great listeners, and so it sounds like you all have the takeaways from today. Trying to include them in every snack and meal. Try to eat the rainbow and get as many different types as we can during the week. And our brains will be healthier, our hearts will be healthier, our lungs, even our guts, and we'll have better poops too. So that's one of the secret benefits of eating our fruits and veggies.
Right. Can you tell us a little bit about our Sprouting Wellness, Dr. Qadira?
I would love to. So Sprouting Wellness, so I'm a pediatrician by day. That's my normal day job. And then a few months ago, I started Sprouting Wellness, which is my personal business, to really go into detail with families on how to adopt various healthy habits that we know are so
delicious. I don't like it.
Huh?
The cupcakes are delicious to me. My sister doesn't like it.
And that's it. Sometimes people like it, sometimes they won't. But the key is to at least try it. That's really, really important. So good job for trying it. Even if it's not your favorite, that's okay.
Really good.
So Sprouting Wellness is a way to help coach families through adopting these various healthy habits. And one of the core healthy habits is helping families learn how to eat more fruits and vegetables. Because what we know in terms of like long-term disease risk for kids and adults, having a healthy diet is one of the key things. I see someone taking a taste test. Are they crunchy? Hopefully they're crunchy. Good. I see the thumbs up.
They're big burnt.
Yours are burned?
Oh, why?
A little bit burned. Uh-oh. Sometimes. Okay.
Nice and crunchy. I love it.
Nice and crunchy. I'm about to get mine out too. So essentially with Sprouting Wellness, I'm doing
Perfect one.
some lifestyle consultations, so helping families learn what to, and then also there's going to be some educational courses like about nutrition and about some other healthy lifestyle habits. And there's also other educational dimensions too, like I do speaking. So if there's ever a group or organization looking for a consultant, then I'm happy to be a resource. So that's Sprouting Wellness in a nutshell. Let me get my chips out so I can taste test too. Let me take.
Yummy. Let me see who's got theirs too. You guys, this is so yummy. How do you like it, Aisha and Hamza?
Like it? Like it.
Ooh, yummy. Look at that. Jamal is beautiful.
I'm gonna finish it though.
MashaAllah.
Hers are like ours.
It's yummy.
Do you guys please remember to take pictures of those and share them with us?
I just ate the funkiest one.
That's mine.
Yeah, someone asked a question where you're based, Dr. Qadira. Yes, she's in Maryland. You can tell us a bit more about where you are, Dr. Qadira.
Yeah, so I do primary care in DC. I live in Maryland. And my business, I do consultations for folks who live in DC and Maryland. That's where I'm licensed to practice medicine. And then for the courses that I'm developing, like around plant-based nutrition, those can be accessible by anybody anywhere because it's not like direct medical care. But yeah, so DC, Maryland, that's my main medical base. But Sprouting Wellness is, we're in the midst of creating different courses that can be accessible to anybody.
Oh my goodness, I'm getting ideas already. We'd love to have you come back.
Yeah,
really. I would have never thought to make snacks out of kale.
Yeah. Mine are a little bit tangy. I think I got a little bit overzealous with my lemon today too. My lemon was very fresh, but it's still nice and crisp and light. And you can eat this all day long.
Yeah. Someone's asking, so do you see clients? I'm not sure what they mean, but I think, yeah, to your point. In terms of
under Sprouting Wellness, my lifestyle medicine practice, I'm going to be launching a relaunch in a way in mid-February. And so under the relaunch, I'm going to be launching all the different kind of consultation services for lifestyle medicine. And the consultations can be for individuals. Like, let's say you're a mom or dad. You want to kind of get yourself tuned up first before you figure out how to bring your kids on board. Then I can do one-on-one consultations with you as like a parent. And then I also do family-centered consultations where, hey, as a family unit, you know that this is the year we really want to tighten up some certain healthy habits. Then you would come to me and we'll come up with a game plan for the family. So yes, I would say for now, go ahead and go to my website and you can sign up for our newsletter. And that'll be your best way to stay in the loop for as we launch the different services over the next month or so, because it's coming soon. We're working hard on the launch. So go to sproutingwellness.com and then you can sign up for the newsletter.
Cool. All right, that's really exciting. She's also on Instagram and Facebook too, so check her out on those. And again, the idea, because I know when you talk about plant-based, the idea is not necessarily to have you completely leave your meats and all those things, but really to swap out certain things. Reduce our intake, you guys. So it's always good to just have substitutes for some of the things that we are so hooked on, eating and all the time. That's not necessarily healthy for you.
Exactly. Like, one of my passions is helping to expand plant-based eating amongst like folks of the African diaspora, where our diets have become so processed over the last like several decades, where our indigenous diets were unprocessed. They were whole foods And meat was like a condiment. It wasn't like the star of the meal. It was like a little extra something you would add on the side when you had meat available. But our approach has changed a lot over the last several decades, where meat has become like the king of the plate. And that's where we've seen a lot of these health issues develop over time. And so that's one of my missions, is to like reconnect us to a plant-based style of eating, especially as Black folks. That's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll share Dr. Qadira's information to the group, you guys. So you'll have all that detail with you. Okay.
And last thing I'll plug is this recipe, and there's several others that I have as a part of a snack course, a healthy snacking course that I created. That's, you know, a very low price entry product of Sprouting Wellness that you can purchase at sproutingwellness.com/ let me put that here. And it's just a way to help families figure out how they can introduce some healthier snacks, especially in the context of kids being at home a lot more. They're eating a lot more. We're all eating a lot more. And so we want to make sure that we're adding healthiness to our diets as we're eating those snacks. So Snack RX is a resource for families to figure out what are some healthy alternatives to typical snacks that kids are eating and us as adults are eating. So I put the link in the chat for Snack RX. It's a healthy, plant-based snack course. So check it out. Go ahead, give it a whirl. And I think it'll be a great resource. And I add a lot of education in there in terms of what's the ingredients of each snack adds in terms of like health value. So it's not just recipes and that sort of thing, but I really go through some of the, even like the medical and health literature to just share why this is a good idea and why helping to swap out some of the more processed stuff, unprocessed stuff is a good idea. All right. So that, I hope you all enjoyed. This was so much fun.
Thank you so much, Dr. Qadira. I'm walking back to my study.
Okay.
The kitchen, the kids are enjoying it. They're digging right into the kale chips. Thank you so much. Does anyone have any more questions before we wrap up for the day?
Thank you.
You're welcome, Petey. Thank you all for your participation. You guys are.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. Have a good rest of the day, okay? Sister Demi, I'm going to pop out, all right?
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Qadira. So you guys hang on. We're not completely done yet. Wow, look at you. Your mouths are moving. Love it. Yes, Hajar?
Our baby brother Ehak is actually eating it more than us.
He's eating more than you are. He loves it. Nice. All righty. All right. So we've covered the questions with Dr. Qadira, and I'll share more of the information with you guys on the group chat. So for February, our theme is going to be my feelings. So we're going to be helping our kids manage their emotions. I'll send along the storybooks as usual. But I just thought for the kids who are not able to read just yet, it would be easier for them to listen in. And for those who are able to read, just mute the sound. That's what I do with my 6-year-old. I mute the sound so he's forced to read it. So anyway, we'll go ahead and send out the storybook. The storybook we're going to start a little early. So I'm going to send off Ruby Finds a Worry, which is about Ruby's feelings that we're going to talk about. Okay. And that is pretty much it for today. It's nice seeing everyone. Oh my goodness. Great seeing your faces. So any questions, guys? No? Your mouths are busy. All righty. So inshallah, we'll be in touch. We'll see you all in about a month. All right. Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Walaikum salam. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining. Bye-bye.
So good.